Episode 2, Part 2. Hi, this is Little Tony. Did you know that the 1D shortcut you learned from the previous episode are filled with investing strategies you can use? Here are some of the ways you can use 1D to decide on your long-term investments. To recap, this is simply understanding how the company makes money. What exactly are they selling? Yung product or service ng company already says a lot about how successful they can be. As an investor, lagi mo titingnan ang future potential ng companies na pag-iinvestahan mo. Gaano ka-relevant yung product or service nito? Will it be relevant in next years or so? Or is it bound to become obsolete? Remember, relevant products or services will almost always thrive in the long run. So if you believe in future trends like renewable energy, e-commerce, artificial intelligence, then magandang mag-invest ka na sa kanila, lalo't na't habang maliliit pa sila. The net income of the company tells you how well the company is being run. And required ang publicly investable companies na i-announce ang earnings performance nila every quarter. Kung i-compare lang natin yung pattern ng pag-grow ng net income versus the price of the stock, makikita natin kung undervalued or overvalued siya by the investing public. Undervalued companies are those earning well, but the stock price doesn't necessarily follow. Possibly because it isn't popular, or investors don't see the relevance of the product or service in the long run. Meron din companies na ino-overvalue ng market, which isn't necessarily bad. Possibly, investors believe lalo pang tataas ang value nito over time. There are several other ways to determine whether a stock is cheap or expensive. Discard them later on once you become a Learn2Trader. You can also base your investment decision on the growth plans of the company. No company grows substantially overnight. Everybody started somewhere. And a lot of them started small. Nagsimula si Jollibee as an ice cream parlor in Quezon City noong 1978. Noong first time niyang sumali sa stock market back in 1993, it was only at 9 pesos. From Quezon City, it expanded to Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and eventually all over the world. Since then, Jollibee's stock price over time has ranged between 100 to 300 pesos and more. You can choose to grow up with these companies, from small to big, or from big to even bigger. Lastly, you can invest in a company that gives out generous dividends. In recap, if you buy shares of a company, entitled ka makatanggap ng cash dividends or yung share mo sa kinita ng company. They often say stock investing is making your money work for you. It's actually these dividends that make it a source of passive income where you make money even while sleeping. Bawat company ay may kanyang-kanyang dividend policy. Yung iba, nagbibigay ng cash dividends on a quarterly basis. Some, once or twice a year. Yung iba naman, paminsan-minsan lang, lalo kung maganda ang performance ng company. And some don't give dividends yet, so they can use their earnings to fund their company's growth. Depending on the economy and the company's circumstances, the percentage you earn in dividends often outpaces that of bank savings interest. And the more na makuha mo yung share sa mababang presyo, mas mataas ang yield or percentage na makukuha mo in dividends. So that's how you can use 1D as a source of investment strategies. The good news is, you don't need a huge amount of money to start investing. You can invest, like I said, installments and set aside some funds every month. For faster growth of your investment, you may also reinvest your profits over time. This is called compounding. This episode taught you how to get to know companies and the investment strategies you can use just by getting to know them. Kumbaga, sa wet market or grocery store, natutunan mo na kung paano mamili na magandang bibilin. And may recipes ka na in mind kung anong pwede mong gawin dito. Now you know how to check for the quality of a company. The next question is, should I buy this now? How do I know if the price is just right? We'll be answering that in the next episode. Stay tuned.